I'm Hazel, it's Saturday today, which makes it time to sit down and catch up on the WoW news of the week and what I've been up to. And at the end of this, I'm going to ask for some questions we can add into next week's video. This week, I have wonderful news for you. Or for some of you that have been waiting for this, I know I have. The patch 10.0.5 PTR has been announced, patch notes are up, and White and Grey Transmog is officially coming. We don't know specifically when yet, because we don't know when patch 10.0.5 is going to be, but the answer is soon, and they figured out how to make it work. These items will become BOE, and then equipping them will soulbind them to you and learn the appearance. This is something greatly anticipated, especially by those of us who are looking to make more plain-looking, sort of everyday transmogs. Also, right next to it in the patch notes, I should mention, there's going to be a reusable oversized bobber that can supersize any of your cosmetic fishing bobbers. You want a gigantic can of worms to fish with? By all means, that's coming in 10.05. Another big headline coming in 10.05 is the trading post. This is a brand new feature they're working on bringing to the game with this next patch of Dragonflight. It looks like this. It's a new vendor with rotating wares that's going to be set up in Stormwind and Orgrimmar all the time, and it's going to take a new special currency to sell you cosmetic items. There's no, power gear as far as I can tell from this, so if you're just kind of a raid logger, you do not need to worry about this. It's not extra chores for you to do. But if you like collecting cosmetic stuff, and if you're playing the game anyways, it's kind of set up as sort of this battle pass style reward structure to incentivize you to do the things that you were already doing anyway. So the items in this shop are rotating month to month. Things will rotate out for a while, but not forever. They do come back around eventually. When is hard to say. They are all cosmetic. It appears that there's many old shop items as well as a wide selection of new things available on this vendor list, at least as far as Wowhead has data mined from the PTR. I was wondering if there was going to be a bunch of existing in-game stuff like the Black Market Auction House has, like Invincibles and stuff, and that does not initially at least appear to be the case. Seems to be old shop items and then brand new stuff to the trading post. To get the currency, you're going to get some of it just for logging in and collecting it each month. Half of your available amount is just going to be from logging in and picking it up, and the other half you can get for doing activities. Now, Wowhead has data mined a big old list of activities that are initially available. I would be very surprised if more weren't added. The idea is that you can get your 500 tender from just kind of doing the stuff you normally do, or if you want to do the themed activities, there's some pie-themed things on here. You should be able to do that too. It's not supposed to be very difficult, I don't think. It's just kind of an, are you here and, paying attention kind of thing. Bear in mind as you look at this list that there is a cap on how much tender currency you get from activities. Currently 500, although the amounts are subject to change, but you do not have to do all of this. It is options. Playing normally should get you there if you're active in the game, and if you're not active in the game, then you probably don't need cosmetics to wear while you're in the game. The whole system appears to be not at all microtransaction based, so free, notwithstanding the regular sub that we pay for WoW. And all completely cosmetic based. I am totally on board, and some of the cosmetics that have been data mined out of here are really, really cool. This is Garlock. He is an ogre kid pet, apparently. Pet's a strong word, but look at him. Come on. Another thing that you'll find on the previous screenshot that Blizzard shared is this freeze feature down here. So it looks like if there's something that you really want that you can't afford just yet, you can hold it for next month, so you don't have to kind of sit around and wait for that thing to rotate back in. That'll be nice if there's something in particular that you've just really got your heart on. The 10.05 initial patch notes also have a variety of class changes. I will link the whole thing in the description for you to take a look at if you want. Other things this week, something hotfixed in last week that I just barely missed for last week's news video are fish turn-ins for Tuskarr rep. And this is mainly why fish prices went up, if you've been wondering why fish are expensive now. Once per week, you can turn in 20 of each of the normal fish, so not the ice fish, not the magma fish, but your spine fin, your sea moth, that kind of thing. 20 of each of those to a Tuskarr at a fishing hole. Could be either of the fishing holes. We have a new one in the Unaran Plains now. And you're going to get 100 rep from each type of fish with 200 rep for the batch of Dorados, so a total of 700 extra Tuskarr rep available weekly for basically just turning in some fish. You can buy them, you can fish them, it's totally up to you. You can skip it if you want, but that's some of the easiest Tuskarr rep that's available. So if you are working on your Tuskarr renown, then by all means, turn in some fish. They've also made a bunch of changes to the feast, and your daily kill of the feast beast will give a bit more rep now. It's like 100 and something up from 50 before. So if you are just grinding out that Tuskarr rep, then try to do the feast at least once per day. Other WoW news this week, Chris Metzen is coming back. There was a news post put up announcing that he is returning to the WoW team as a creative advisor. If you are unfamiliar, Chris Metzen started on the WoW team. He's a celebrity game dev known for story writing, voice acting. Thrall in particular is a character that he's very closely tied with, but he's done lots of stuff. He retired in 2016 to spend more time with his family, and I guess he's now officially unretired because he's coming back. This has been very well-received news. He's very popular among the WoW community, and I'm sure the team must be very excited to have him back. Other things, this week, of course, marked the opening of the raid on Normal, Heroic, and Mythic, which means the Mythic Race to World First is off and away. You can watch World First streams until December 28th to earn your purple firework toy from Twitch drops. Looks like this. And then in my raid, which is decidedly not Race to World First, I spent my first week of Evoker healing in raids, and it's bananas. It's really fun. I'm getting used to it. I cannot be trusted with this much mobility. I keep dream flying into places I should not be, but I'm loving the option to switch talent builds in between bosses or even in between pulls. Being able to really quickly import them, save them, swap them out is a huge quality of life thing, especially when you're progressing in a raid and you're not really sure which build you want yet. Being able to kind of adjust things on the fly is awesome. I'm going to need a lot of Evoker practice, but the class feels like me. I'm having a lot of fun, and we got some progression done. We did 7 of 8 bosses on normal, a couple pulls in Razageth. We didn't see very many of the phases, so I might wait a little bit longer before I start on that raid guide, but we did manage to kill Eggnog in Heroic. And that's been the week. Thank you for watching. If you have questions you would like me to answer in a news video, please put them in the comments of the most recent one, aka this one, and I will tackle a couple of them in next week's video. Bear in mind, I'm a little bit fuzzy on a lot of the details, especially about profession questions, technical stuff. I haven't even used my sparks yet because I'm still overwhelmed with that part of it. So my gear just doesn't have a whole lot of crafted gear in it. Don't tell anybody. But more general stuff or anything about me I can probably do. Thank you guys so much. Stop by a stream sometime if you like to say hi, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.